In order for us to achieve our journey goal, we recorded our heart rate, temperature, morale, and calories consumed at every checkpoint. We measured our heart rate by placing 2 fingers on our neck. We did this for 15 seconds, then times the result by 4. We then used a thermometer to record the temperature, and finally, for the amount of calories we consumed, we looked at the packaging to find the information.
The heat was hot and the ground was dry, but the air was full of sound. I've been through the desert on a horse with no name.
Day 1, checkpoint 1. As it was the first checkpoint, we were full of energy and did this checkpoint quite fast, without getting very tired, especially since it was fairly flat, with a small incline. Checkpoint 2, the temperature increased, but was just a long flat stretch. Checkpoint 3 started with flat ground, but then turned into sand dunes, which were quite high. This made us feel quite tired. Checkpoint 4 was just a long stretch, but the temperature was starting to have an effect on us. Then checkpoint 5, there were sand dunes near the end, which increased the difficulty. And finally, checkpoint 6 and 7 were just long and flat, which was good because we were really tired. We kept a stable amount of calories for day 1.
During the trek of each checkpoint, we made sure to take the temperature so that we had the accurate temperature of what we were walking in. As soon as we got to the next checkpoint, we took our heart rates immediately to make sure our results were accurate. We then ate our snacks or anything that we felt like eating, which was immediately added to our calorie count. We then recorded how difficult we found that checkpoint.
As you can see from our results, as the temperature increased and decreased, our difficulty levels varied, showing no correlations.
To calculate our averages, we added up all of our heart rates and then divided by 5.
Here you can see that from our results, as the temperature increased and decreased, our heart rate levels varied, showing no correlation.
The ocean is a desert with its life underground and the perfect disguise above. Under the cities lies a heart made of ground, but the humans will give no love. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give.
At checkpoint 1, it was a medium distance, but there were many high dunes and it was really windy, which made it very difficult. At checkpoint 2, there was an incline and it was still very windy. At checkpoint 3, it was a long flat stretch. It wasn't as windy, but still windy. At checkpoint 4, it started off flat, but then turned into dunes. It was still windy. At checkpoint 5, it was a long flat stretch, which was still quite windy. At checkpoint 6, it was a long flat stretch, it was just as windy. At checkpoint 7, it was a long flat stretch with high winds. On day 2, we continued our methods of taking the temperature halfway through checkpoints, as well as immediately taking our heart rate as soon as we reached the checkpoint.
To turn red after 3 days in the desert fun. I was looking at a riverbed, and the story it told of a river that flowed made me sad to think it was dead. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert.
As a reflection of the whole journey, we were able to complete the trek efficiently and effectively as a team without any complications along the way. If we were to do this journey again, we would take extra versions of our result sheets and keep those up to date. We would also share the load between the group more fairly.